Hi, hello, good evening, students. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, AK Your Maths Buddy. This is your Professor AK. Today we are going to learn about multiplication of the matrices. I hope you people are watching my continuous videos from the part 1 of itself. Today we are on part 9 of the video. Somebody has asked me, sir, still you have completed part 8 part of the videos and you are unable to complete the some 15 to 20% of the portion. So the one thing I would like to share with you people is like I am making a videos of very small duration like 20 or 25 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. So it may contains a lot of part, but the content will remain the same whether you are learning from 2 to 3 hours video or from this video itself. I'm trying to give some kind of tips, tricks to solve the questions in between the videos. So be careful when you are watching the video. Okay. Well, let us start with the multiplication of the matrices. I think in the previous video we have discussed about the multiplication of the scalar matrices, properties of a multiplication of the scalar matrices. If somebody can ask is what is mean by what is the difference between multiplication and a scalar multiplication? See, multiplication in the sense if you are multiplying this, just wait for a second, I'll just change. You are multiplying this matrix with the another kind of matrix, it will be multiplication of the matrix. Or if you are just multiplying one single number with the set of matrix is a multiplication of the scalar matrix it is. Okay, so how to do the multiplication? Everybody know that in any kind of multiplication, addition, subtraction, these are the three kind of the matrices we have. You need at least two matrices. Okay, it's like A, and another one is required is, and what do you mean by A plus B? What you will get is you just need to add a corresponding element of this by each matrices, so you will get the answers. But just wait for a second. Okay, I hope you are getting 1 plus 1 is a 5, 2 plus 5 is a 7, 3 plus 1 is a 4, and 4 plus 2 is a 6. Okay, the same thing you cannot do in this multiplication of the matrices. Sir, can we multiply this with this and this with this with the corresponding element? This is multiply this, and can we get this answer as a 4, 10, 3 and 8? No, this doesn't work. This cannot happen. This method is a wrong method. Okay, for multiplication we have a different set of rule. We need to follow that rule. Okay, before proceeding to the multiplication, if you have this kind of doubt means, sir, how we can done addition or subtraction, can we do this multiplication means? No, it is impossible. Only the corresponding elements will help you to add or subtraction. Okay, and that too the order must be the same. Okay, but that doesn't work in multiplication. What does multiplication work, sir? Okay, we're going to teach you. Just wait, we will remove this as well. Okay, see, if you want to multiply this 1 2 3 4, if this is a b as a 2 1 3 4, this one is a, you need is a into b, obviously, right? Or you can say is a ab. Okay, in here there is a one rule. What this rule says, the number of columns of a should be equal to number of rows of b. Okay, so what is this number of, what is this order of this matrix? This is a 2 into 2 matrix. Since we have 2 rows and 2 columns, in b matrix also we have 2 rows and 2 columns, we will write this as well as a 2 rows and 2 matrices. Okay, what do you mean by number of columns of A. How many columns are there in A? This is the first column. I hope it is visible for you people. And this one is the second column. Okay, how many columns are there? Columns is equal to 2 and B equal to the number of rows of B. How many rows are there in B? This is one row. This is two rows. How many rows are there? It is two column and two rows. If this function satisfied, so we can proceed further and we will complete a multiplication of the matrices. What is this means? I will when you will do one kind of multiplication, no, at that time it can be easily covered in this thing. I think I hope you people remembered that in the addition of matrices, think in the addition, the main thing was like the rule you can say uh, both matrices should be having same order, but in multiplication it is different. The rule here says uh, number of column of A matrix should be or must be equal to number of rows of B matrix, or it can be another matrix. Okay, hope it is clear for you people. Please remember this one thing. Will come to know. Okay, let us go for the part of this definition. Okay, see here if you can observe this multiplication of the matrices. Hmm, here nothing is mentioned. Here directly the question is given. Okay, I will go one more page ahead. This is an example of a multiplication of the matrix. Observe that for multiplication of two matrices A and B, the number of columns on A should be equal to the number of columns in B. Okay, we will try this one. Suppose Meera and Nadeem are two friends. Meera wants to buy two pens and five storybooks. Five storybooks. While Nadeem needs eight pens and 10 storybooks. They both go to the shop about the prices. Pen for 5 rupees each and storybook is for 5 rupees. I think you people know how to write this in a, see when you are writing you can take this as a, it is not supporting here. I think I need to go for the page. So I will iterate an example. Please refer to your this what is the textbook. When Meera, what is what Meera want? Meera need pens and storybook. Okay, this is Amira's part. This is Nadeem's part. What does they need? Meera need two pens and five storybooks. People know that Meera need two pens and five storybooks. We can write this as in this kind of matrix form. Okay, and Nadeem's need eight pens and 10 storybooks. If you want, you can cross check here. How many pens does Nadeem need? Nadeem need 8 pens with 10 storybooks. Meera needs 5 storybooks and 2 pens. Okay, you can cross check here as well. And the prices of this book is like, you can consider this as a B matrix. I'm writing this as a B matrix. The price of this pen and a storybook is 5 and 10. Okay. See, in the simple words, if you can see, what about if Meera wants to purchase two pens which each will cost for 5 rupees, plus she want to purchase 5 storybooks which will cost for purchase is 50 rupees. It will comes to 2 5s are 10 plus 5 50s are 250, it comes to 260. The same case with this Nadim is 8 into 5 for the pen plus 10 into 50 for the storybook. 8 5s are 40 plus 10 into 50 it comes to 500. So finally we'll get the answer of 540. But in matrix it will hit different. Okay, I will this as a the A 2 5 8 10, and B matrix is this 5 and 10. Okay, what we should find A into B, or you can say AB. Okay, what is the condition for the AB? So the condition is the number of columns of A must be equal to the number of rows of B. Okay, you can cross check here. We have 1 and 2 columns in the A section, A matrix, and we have 2 matrix, what is it? 2 rows in the second matrix. So hence the condition is satisfied, we can proceed further. Here we will write this order of this matrix is 2 into 2, since here it is 2 into 1. If in case if anybody asks to add this matrix, means it is impossible, since both the matrix has a different orders. Okay, since it has satisfied with the only the condition of the multiplication, we need to complete the multiplication. Okay, whenever you heard the term matrix, means you will be always know it is a rows into columns. So we will call it this m into n. Okay, there itself it has written like rows into columns. We need to multiply this rows in this direction with this, multiply with this columns. Okay, how it is, we need to take this 2 first, and here the corresponding element for this is 5. Okay, so one set is have done. You need to give a gap, since you are starting with this one, 5 into 10. Just wait for a minute. Yes, you need to take this bracket inside of this matrix and put a plus. See, till you go with this direction, you will complete this direction, you cannot give a gap. Okay, 5 into 10. Since we have completed this first line, we need to write in first line itself. If we want to write in second line, we need to go with this one. 8 into 5 plus 10 into, it should be 50, right? So you can see here 2 5s are 10 plus 250 it is. And here it is 8 5s are 40 plus 5 to 500 it is. And the answer you will get is 260 plus 540. Just wait for a minute, guys. Please check your answer. I will be back. Okay, you people are understood, right? We'll go through this. What is this textbook part? So you can understand, can get a crystal clear from this itself. See here you can see Nadeem and two friends, two boys and five. We have written in this matrix form. How much does Nadeem will cost? It will cost 260 for Mira, and for Nadeem it will cost for 500, 540. We have written this in this matrix form, and matrix is always start with m into n, m into n in the sense rows into column. So we should multiply rows with the columns. See, the role is different. The rule is different. In the rule, it has mentioned that the number of columns in the A is equal to the number of rows in the B. But when it comes to the multiplication, should always start with the columns. Okay, just need to go with the right direction. You can see here. Suppose they inquire about the rate from another shop, quoted as follows: pen is for 4 each and storybook is for 40 each. Here also mentioned that. Hmm. See, the 4 one, the price of the pen is 4 and the Mira needs that is 2. The price of the notebook is 40 and the Mira needs is 50. So it comes to 4 to the 8. 40 into 5 will comes to 200. It will become 208. And for Nadim it is, he required 8 notebooks, 8 pens. 8 fours it is 32. For one pen it will cost around 4 rupees. Plus he required 10 notebooks which will cost for 40 rupees each. It will comes to 400 it is. It will comes to 432. Okay, this is as simple as that. But when when both get combined, then it should be the different thing. Here you can see this. It is like a same thing. 2 into 5 is going with in this direction. They have mentioned this 2 into 4, 2 into 4, this 5 into 40. Okay, you don't need to leave a single gap till you complete your the column, next column it is. Okay, and when it comes to the 8 into 4, 10, and this will cost you this, as I said, 40 into 5 is a 200, and this one is a 8. Need to list it 208. You already got your answer. 32 is like 432. Okay, now if both get combined, see here they are mentioned like both the cases can be combined and expressed in terms of matrices. Okay, we were waiting for this step itself. So people can see the numbers from your refer from your textbook itself. I am referring to a 5, 10. Sorry, it is 8. It is 10. And in B, see, one shop they have shared 5 and 50, but other shop say it as 4 and 40. How much from the other, both shop does it cost for each person? Okay, as I already said, this one, the thumb rule is you should multiply this entire row with this entire column until you complete this column completely. You should not leave any single space. If you are leaving a space, the answer might get a different one. Okay, see here we will say 2 into 5. We are taking this 2, this 5. Okay, now what we should take, this 5 and this 50 we should take, plus 5 into 50. See, once if you doing this sum for next two times means you'll automatically understand what it is. Okay, again we will go with this one. Now 8 into 5 plus 10 into 50. Okay, you should multiply this number again with this column. Since you have completed this column, you need to leave some break gap. You should need to multiply this 2 into 4 plus this 5 into 40, and the same thing is like 8 into 4 plus 10 into 40. Should close this big bracket. I hope you people are getting this. 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10 plus 5 into 5 it is 250, and here 2 4s are 8 plus 5 into 4 is 200. In 8 5s are 40 plus 10 into 5 is 500, and 8 4s are 32. It is 400 itself here. Okay, now you can get this answer. 10 plus 250 will be 260, and the 540 it will be 540, and if it is like a 208 it is, this one is a 432. See, if you purchase from the shop A, it will cost you 260 plus 540 rupees for both of you. For Mira and for Nadeem, if they purchase from shop B means it will cost 208 plus 432 for each of the person. You can prefer it as for Mira and for this Nadeem. Somebody are is like still confused between how to start this multiplication and why we should start from this and how can we remember this means. Just 1 minute. Okay, you need to think only one thing. Whenever you are writing, your people are always writing from the right left side of the page to right side of the page, and once the page is completed you will start writing on the below line of that line. So in the matrix also you need to write in this direction and you need to follow this direction. That's it. Okay, let us see this. Yeah, I'm feeling sleepy, guys. Sorry for that. You see the number of columns are saying for getting elements of the product matrix we take rows of a and columns of a b. What does this mean? Elements of the product we take rows of a and columns of b. What he's saying is hmm, to complete the product they were saying they are taking rows of a and columns of the b and completing this product. Okay, multiply them element wise and take the sum. Formally we define multiplication of the matrices. The product of two matrices, the A and B, is defined in the number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B. Okay, let the A has a matrix be an a m into n matrix and B matrix be an a n into P matrix. Then the product of the matrices of A and B is the matrix C. Okay, when you are multiplying this A and B, you will get a one more matrix. You can either call it as AB or you can call it as a C. Depends upon the you people. Okay, and when you are doing a addition of the matrices, the same must, as I said, the order must be same. The thing when you are adding those two matrix, you will get the same order again. If you are adding 2 into 2 matrix plus 2 into 2 matrix, you will get the 2 into 2 matrix again. But when it comes in terms of the multiplication, it doesn't happen. Okay, we'll say why. Order is m into p. What is this m into p? I will let you know. Just need a 5 minutes. Here, the order of this matrix is 2 into 2. and here the order of the matrix is 2 into 2. Okay, the order we get this, we can call it as a C matrix. What should be the order we get? Okay, when we are saying the number of rows, let's see, just wait for a second. Hmm. See, in the formula itself, they said that when we are doing a multiplication of the matrix, the number of columns of one matrix should be equal to the number of rows of another matrix. According to this matrix, how many columns does A matrix has? 2 columns. How many does this A matrix, B matrix has? Rows does D matrix has? 2. When you having these two things as a common, this 2 and this 2 will be getting nullified, or you can cancel it is, and consider the other matrix as a 2 into 2. It will show as a, you will get 2 into 2 matrix. So what if it is a 2 into 3 matrix? And then it will also become 2 into 3 matrix. Sir, what if it is 2 into 3 and this one is 3 into 4? And this one will become 2 into 4 matrix. Okay, that doesn't mean only whatever the B matrix has, we will get the same. You should know this formula, right? See, formula in the sense, as I say, no, number of 2 into 2 and this one is 2 into 2. See, I will give you one more example. Remove everything. Okay. If the matrix A, the order of the matrix A is 2 into 3 and the order of the matrix B is 2 into 3, can we predict this order of, can we get this AB matrix or a C matrix? Let us see. Okay, the number of columns in A matrix are 3, but the number of rows in B matrix are 2. This doesn't satisfy. Okay, if you having 2 into 3 and 3 into 4, the number of columns in A matrix is 3, the number of rows in 3 matrix, both are getting cancelled. You can say, for your easy reference, I am saying both are getting cancelled. You will get the matrix and the order of that matrix will become 2 into 4. Okay, please refer this one. Or else, whatever the order you will getting is the, if I say this, how many columns are there, how many rows are there in A matrix? And how many columns are there in B matrix? Based upon this, you will get the AB or the C. Okay. If I start reading this one thing means, will people get confused? Okay, see here itself. How many rows are there here? 2 rows are there and 3 columns are there. And how many columns rows are here? Here it is 3 rows are there. You can consider this one is the first row, second row and third row. And how many columns are there? 2 columns. When you are doing this A into B matrix or else C into D matrix, the number of columns must be equal to the number of rows of the other. Since it is getting nullified, we will come to know this is the other matrix. You will get a 2 into 2 matrix. Okay, we will see this question. Okay, we will do this question in the next class. So thank you guys, thank you for your patience. I hope you understood this multiplication of the matrices. In the coming next video, we will upload some examples of this multiplication of the matrices. Till that time, please practice this and remember this. And final time I am saying is, the rule is number of columns are equal to the number of rows. In addition matrix, order must be same. In multiplication, order doesn't matter. Okay. If any of the matrix doesn't obey the order, it will, you can say it is a non-defined matrix. Okay, you cannot do apart from this anything. Okay, thank you and we will meet in the next class with some examples. Okay, bye.